Hi everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back into the Paper Castle. This is my haul from Saturday, May 13th. I don't have a lot to show you because unfortunately it poured all day long. It was an absolutely miserable day. But there was a rummage sale out in Princeton at a church. I had never been to it before, so I decided, okay, take a chance, drive out there if it's not pouring too much, which it wasn't at that time. So I went out there. Now, I don't usually have very good experiences in Princeton. That's just my track record. And unfortunately, I didn't have much luck at this sale either. Plus the fact that it was just the weirdest garage sale or rummage sale that I have ever been to. I might try it one more time next year if it's not raining to see if it's any more enjoyable, but this time around, it was just bizarre. I got there and they had one set of doors open into one section of the church. And you could go in there and kind of stand right in the entryway and wait because it was raining. And I got in there and some woman who was working there looked at me and she goes, "Well, don't you have your ticket yet?" And I'm like, "Ticket?" And she goes, "Yeah, you have to get a ticket." I go, "A ticket for what?" She said, "A ticket to get in." I'm like, okay. So I asked her where to go. She tells me to go around to this guy standing in front of double doors. I go to him. He's like, "Oh, do you need a ticket?" I'm like, obviously. So he gives me a ticket and I'm number 101 because I didn't get there early because I wasn't, really jazzed about going to Princeton to begin with. So then I went back into the little entryway and I'm standing there and a few minutes later, people started, I guess, attempting to line up. And if you can just imagine, like, this huge huddle of about, over 100 people trying to stand in front of these double doors. No one's in numerical order. There's a woman by the double doors trying to yell to attempt to get people to get in numerical order. Nobody wants to move because they're cold, they're wet. Everyone's got their umbrellas up, and we're trying not to poke each other in the eye. But I guess she started to get a few people lined up, and I think eventually she gave up. All I heard was her yelling, "Back up, back up, back up." We must have backed up about 5 or 6 times. Again, trying not to, poke anyone's eye out with our umbrella. So they finally started letting us in. We go in, and I thought it would be like other rummage sales where you either pack your bag full of stuff everywhere, other than the boutique section, obviously, and then you pay at the end, or you pay room by room, which some of them do. And when they do room by room, they usually have somebody sitting at the doorway. They make sure you pay, they give you a little receipt or something, and then you go on your merry way, go to the next room. Well, I swear to God, I could have packed my bag full of everything and just walked right out the door and nobody would have known. It was the most disorganized mess I've ever witnessed. They had sections and you were supposed to pay at each section, but sometimes you didn't know what section your thing was actually in. So you'd go up to one section and say, "Can I pay for these things?" And they say, "Well, you can pay for these 3, but not that one because that's in that person's section." It was just so confusing. And they've been doing this for 58 years. This is their 58th annual rummage sale. I just want to go up to somebody and go, "Really? 58 years? And this is as good as you've gotten it at this point?" I'm like, really? Can I come and help you organize your rummage sale? Because this is sad. Alright, but enough of my babbling. I'll show you guys what I bought. I think I spent $29. And that's only because I bought a bunch of stuff in the book section. I think I bought 8 DVDs, and a Bible. And the DVDs initially they wanted $3 a piece for. And I was like, "What?" And the guy's like, "Oh, well, I'll give you a deal if you have enough of them." So I think he gave them to me around, they were like $2 a piece, which was okay because the majority of them were brand new. But I got this really old Bible. I can't find a date, but I can tell just by the way it looks that it's really old. And it's got this really weird, it's like a padded cover, but it feels like paper. It's really strange. I think I paid like $2 for this, so I don't know, maybe 15 to 20. We'll have to see with that. Then I bought, I think, 6 Disney DVDs that are gonna go in my Disney lot. There was WALL-E, Dumbo, Tinkerbell, and a few others. I think 4 out of 6 of them were brand new and sealed. And then, even though this is Disney, I'm not going to sell this with the lot because this is Blu-ray. This is Maleficent. Really good movie, by the way. I love this movie. And this one is called When the Levees Broke. This is about Hurricane Katrina. This is an HBO documentary by Spike Lee. This one, again, paid about $2. Should be able to sell it for, I think they're going for like 20 to 30. So then in the kitchen section, I got 3 things. I paid $2 for this Vera Bradley mug because it was brand new in the box. This is the Island Blooms pattern. Probably only get like 20, with including shipping for that. Then I got this bowl, this ice cream bowl. It says, what is it? I want it all. I can't help it. More. I just can't help it. Which is pretty much my relationship with ice cream. It's from Joel Designs, Adrian Linford, New York City, hand painted, paid $1. I don't know, 10 to 15, I think. There's other Joel Designs stuff on eBay, but not that particular thing. Then I found this big, heavy ironstone, I think it is, bowl. Bought it because it said Williams-Sonoma. It was $1, and I think I can get about 20 bucks out of that, plus shipping. Then, of course, I had a couple things in my bag from a different section, so the kitchen ladies yelled at me and said, well, you can't pay for that here, you have to go over there. I'm like, okay, fine. One kitchen lady was really rude. I was looking up something on my phone, and they had the table set up in like a U, and I'm standing over here. There's absolutely no one near me. Not one person looking at anything. And this lady comes walking up to me. She's like, excuse me, can you take your phone and go over there and sit on the couch and do whatever you're doing? Because there's people that want to look at all this stuff and you're blocking their view. I'm looking around and I go, where? Where are all the people? And she's like, well, there are lots of people in here. So I just kept doing what I was doing on my phone. I'm tired of snooty Princeton people trying to boss me around. Not happening. So I looked my thing up on my phone. I paid for my stuff, and then I stayed away from the kitchen department. Anyway, this is Ghost Mist by Cody Cologne. I think it's only a 0.5 ounce, but I paid 75 cents, and this should actually go for, I think, around 25, something like that. You guys can always go in my store and look at, what I've listed things for, because I can't sometimes remember absolutely everything. It just hurts my brain. This I can't find anywhere online. This is Parfum d'Ambiance room spray, Fruits of the Sun. Paid 75 cents. Maybe get 10 bucks out of that. I don't know. It's up at auction right now because there were no comps. So I'll have to see what happens. Then I went back into the, I don't know, perfume, housewares, whatever it was section, after I initially paid for these couple things. And I actually did find a couple other things to buy. I think this was 50 cents or a quarter. I got this antique sampler kit from Ula Needlework Designs. Everything's in here. Might get, I don't know, 8 to 10 on that. Got 2 finished needle points. These were 50 cents a piece. It's like a house in the spring and a house in the fall. These are both made in Japan. It says it somewhere. You can read it better on this one, I think. Oh, no, you can't. There we go. Made in Japan. I took pictures of these together and by themselves. So probably try and sell them by themselves first. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. I will see where they go. I really don't have a clue what we'll get for those. Then this is a crewel embroidery kit by Hanson Handcrafts from 1968. Very, very mod, funky looking thing. I'll show you the picture of it. Nope, that's not it. There we go. That's what it looks like. But this looks like a mandala, and they're very popular right now, so fingers crossed that that will make it sell a little bit better. Unfortunately, the stitching guide isn't here. Everything's here with the stitching guide, but any experienced needle worker can kind of figure out, because it's not that complicated, they can figure out what they want to do or what stitches they want to put where. So that shouldn't be too much of an obstacle. And then I got this. This was 25 cents. Oh, I think this was $1. This was 25 cents. This is a leather clutch by, get that thing out of here, by Barbara Bolin. I think it dates from like the 50s or 60s. I have to like glue this little panel back on both sides. Other than that, it's in really good shape. It's really clean for being that old. Kind of reminds me, kind of has like an Art Deco style look to it, so I'll probably put that in the title. Some of her stuff, it only goes for maybe 10 or 15, but I haven't seen one like that, so we'll see. But that is it from that sale. I don't know if I'm going back there or not. Princeton and I just don't get along. There's another town-wide sale and a church sale in Rocky Hill, which is right next to Princeton. My mom, who used to work in Princeton for years, says Rocky Hill is just as snooty as Princeton, so I don't know if I'm going to go out there or not. We'll have to see what other stuff's going on around here before I venture out that way. I keep telling myself, you know, even if you don't find stuff, or even if it's not a good experience, you got to keep, you know, plugging along and keep trying. But we'll see. So that's it. Just wanted to let you guys know, in case anyone lives around here or you're planning on coming to like the New York area at all. I took my mom for Mother's Day yesterday, which was Tuesday the, what, 17th? 16th? 16th. I took her to the New York Botanical Gardens in the Bronx because, number one, she loves flowers. But they also have a, right now through the end of October, I think it's October 29th, they have a Dale Chihuly glass exhibit there. And if any of you know who Dale Chihuly is, he is like a world-renowned glass artist, an absolute genius. His stuff is breathtaking, astounding, jaw-dropping. I mean, any of those adjectives you can think of. It's amazing. And she loves glass. She actually fuses glass. She's taken glass blowing classes, the whole thing. So she was so excited. So I took her there yesterday, and it was amazing. I highly recommend it if any of you guys are out this way and like glass and flowers and all that. Please go. The only bad thing is that it's in the Bronx, and trying to get there, like, the drive was a nightmare. I have never in my life driven into one of the 5 boroughs on my own because it just looks so frustrating. But yesterday I drove her and I into the Bronx, and I absolutely hated it. It was horrible, especially trying to get over the GWB, the George Washington Bridge. Ugh, awful. And we're going to go back there soon because we're going to go and take the kids to the Bronx Zoo. So, yay! Unfortunately, public transportation, trying to get there is just as bad and even a little bit more expensive, so we got to drive. So that's it, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I know I'm going to have some more Rummage sales coming up to share with you guys soon. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.